Biden, I got a question for you. You remember when you was adding your, and that was when you and Trump was, and y'all made the, all that, you remember that?
Kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Hey Biden, I got a question for you. Can you tell me what y'all gonna do when it comes to the, and y'all make all the arrangements, you and your wife and Michelle and all that, and they're gonna go around, the cars was coming. You remember that?
That turn, that turn.
Hey Biden, I got a question for you. You remember when you was together, y'all was, and when you didn't know what, and you was on the stage and all that, and you remember that?
By strengthening.
Hey Biden, I got a question for you. You remember when you was running and you couldn't make the, you was, on the side when Mr. Otis Bruce Howard was there. Y'all was together on it and y'all didn't make it and all that.
I took on Putin in terms of Iraq. In terms of
Hey Biden, I got a question for you. You remember when you and Obama was, and y'all together was making it, and y'all didn't pass when y'all was, and y'all together, and y'all wasn't, you remember that?
Guatemala, El Salvador, and to go in and say in Honduras and say, look.
Hey Biden, I got a question for you. What y'all gonna do about Trump with all the people, and y'all don't have nobody at the stage, and you and your Kamala was coming together, and y'all was on the stage like that, and you never, and y'all was, and sometimes y'all did, but what about that?
All men and women created by you know the.
Hey Biden, I got a question for you. You remember when Trump was, and he had all the people in there all came together like that, and you and Kamala was coming on, and y'all didn't have all the, and they was trying to, but y'all, you remember and y'all didn't have no people? Tell me about that.
I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly. We're in a situation. The president asked me to head up a cancer.
Hey Biden, I got a question for you. You remember when y'all didn't have no people and y'all was coming, and you and Kamala was, and y'all didn't know that, and then maybe sometimes, sometimes y'all was coming, but y'all didn't pull together, and y'all was not, and y'all couldn't make no money. Remember that?
100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it. Hey, look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.